What's up, everyone? Jake here with Everyday Coach, coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about our subconscious patterns of thought that can dictate our everyday choices that we might not want to choose. We're going to discuss what that looks like, how we can approach it, and what things we can do moving forward that might be a little bit healthier. Okay, so what subconscious thought patterns am I talking about? We are going to start with an example. Imagine you are trying to stop eating something. Let's say sugar will be what we use. Imagine going to a grocery store after deciding 3 days ago, I am not going to get anything with sugar added to it. So you walk in there, go down your first aisle, you walk past the cereal and like, okay, I got this, I can do this. You loop around, come back, and the next aisle you go through has your tasty cakes and candy and all that good stuff. And you're like, cool, okay, I'm still good, I don't need this stuff. A few more aisles pass, and you go through all of the things that you might typically buy, and eventually you get through it. You're like, yes, I did it. I got past all of the sweet treats that I might sometimes add to my shopping cart. And you're feeling pretty good about yourself. And then you take a few more steps and get to the frozen food section. And this has an aisle in it that has ice cream, which is your favorite treat / snack / dessert. You have been doing awesome thus far. You've decided I am going to stick to this no sugar add-in. But after heading down this aisle a few feet, that voice gets louder and louder and louder and louder and louder and louder and says, you want this, you want this, you want this, you want this. Eventually you end up caving. You're like, fuck, man. What the hell? I'm not trying to eat this stuff. And just as quickly as you said, I'm no longer going to do this, you do it. I have had this happen so many times in my life. So many more times than I'd like to have happen, more than I'd like to admit. But what I've come to notice over the course of the past few months, as I've started to discover why this is, I've been able to curb those desires quite a bit. Never perfectly. I don't think I'll ever get to that point where I'm never acting on anything that might be like a little thought that jumps into my head. But I have noticed a severe improvement, and I just want to share 2 reasons why I think that is. The first one is because I decided a few months ago to commit wholly and fully to loving myself. I decided I'm going to live healthy. I'm going to live in such a way that I'm looking after myself. I'm caring for myself. I'm recognizing what is and isn't loving and healthy towards myself, and live in that lane that is healthy and that is loving towards myself. So it first began with that decision to love myself. I said, I have worth, I have value, and I'm going to pursue the things that make me feel like I have worth and value. And so, for instance, sugar, I haven't tried to completely cut it out, but I tried to cut down on it. And I started to recognize whenever I'd have some before I go to bed, I wake up next morning just like super tired. I mean, obviously waking up, you're going to be tired, but this was a more challenging time of actually waking up. And so I started to realize that, and said to myself to tie in now the healthy aspect of loving yourself. I started to realize that that's not actually healthy for me. I want to wake up and I want to feel like I can take on the day. I don't want to be in this slump where it's like, man, already I have to battle this monster, this waking up monster. And so what I really started to do was eat, especially at night, cut down on my sugar intake and just go with, if I am going to have anything sweet, have it just in the mornings, probably like any time before 6, and then it doesn't seem to have the same effect on me. But I wouldn't have made that decision. I just would have been like, man, it just tastes so good on my tongue and I just want it so bad, and I would have just kept eating it and eating it and eating it, had I not decided that I was going to love myself to the degree that I'm going to be capable, and then to be healthy. Without those two decisions, I would have just found something else to replace the sugar with, rather than the questions I ask myself to what's going on when I'm not in the best space mentally. So those are the two things to really focus on, are loving yourself and being healthy when you are trying to overcome these subconscious patterns. And our little technique that we're going to use to approach this: when you have those urges to do those things that you know aren't healthy for you, that after you do them you feel like shit and you feel like you're the worst person in the world, when you start to feel those things, just jot down what's going on, what has happened leading up to that moment. If something just happened in the last 2 minutes, and it might be this really quick and easy realizing where the connection is. And then once you have that jotted down, just hold on to that piece of paper, put it on your phone. If you're on the computer, put it on your, wherever you're at, just jot it down so that you can have a space where you can look, and then start collecting this data over time and connecting dots to where what might be the inspiration for these subconscious patterns. And that is our video for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you all on the next one, and have an awesome rest of your day. Peace.